Hello and welcome back to a very special video here on the Ludwig Fusel channel. This is my 5,000 subscribers thank you video. So I want to say thank you all for 5,000 subscribers. This is really a big number. It really means a lot to me. When I initially started the channel, I did not even had a glance that I could reach these numbers. I mean, yeah, 5,000 people are subscribed to the channel. They have clicked the button and subscribed to it. People are watching the videos. Video stats are good. I had an amazingly well-doing Unreal Engine video, even though that's not where I want to lead the channel to. And we really had a lot of videos, a lot of interactions, live streams with amazing chats and live interactions, amazing videos with good discussions in the comments, good likes, and everything was really well. Everything is really well with the channel. So this is my time to say thank you to you, and also to not only thank you, but also to ask you what you think and what you want. So what I want to do is I want to give you a point where you can actually now answer a few questions to kind of represent how you like the channel, and also to give me advice, what you want to see, how you like the video formats. And I will want to highly recommend and really hope that you're gonna fill that form out. It's my 5,000 subscribers viewer satisfaction survey. You can find it by visiting the link that is also in the video description, or you can go and scan the QR code. Now you're gonna find an office form, and please take the time to fill it out. It really helps a lot, and it also helps you, because if you tell me what you want, I can take it into account. I can use it to rearrange current video series, to reprioritize video series, and also to plan future video series. So it's really a big thing, and please feel free to take a look at the form and fill it out, the survey. Would really help. Now what I also want to do is I also want to take the chance of today's video to talk with you. Now I want to tell you the current state of all the actively ongoing video series on the channels. I also want to talk a bit about me, what's currently going on in my life, how it affects the YouTube channel, and how it's going to change in the next half year. And I also want to take a look at a few future projections for the channel. What's going to happen, what already happened, how is the channel going to go in terms of a management point, with a bit of not sales numbers, because that's not really something that we show. But I want to take a bit into account what the current and future projections of the channel are. Now let's talk about the video series. Now we have multiple video series going on in the channel, actually quite a lot. I've come up with a few new ones to kind of fill a bit of the week in, to give you a bit more regular videos. We have the video series of C++ libraries and C++ projects as kind of my long-term video series goal. That is kind of the idea. Now, of course, long-term, it's more mid-term than long-term. Projects is more long-term, libraries is more mid-term, because also at some point I'm going to run out of C++ libraries, because there's not an infinite amount of libraries. However, we can get quite far with that. Now, the library series is actually up to date. It's good, it's doing well, it's planned and will be executed, so everything good there. Now, the project series is a bit different. You might have noticed that we just had one project and not a video for quite a while. This is because I currently did not have the time for the project series. However, the C++ DevOps series will actually branch off into the project series and then continue on its own. Now, how does that work? Well, for DevOps, we need a project that we manage. We will also initially create the project in DevOps. However, the plain coding, so the plain C++ code, how we architecture the project, how we write it, how we implement this, will be all done within the C++ projects video series, so that this is kind of separated. And you don't really need to understand how the application works in terms of DevOps, or at least not the basic application layout. Later on, if we are modifying the application, it will be done in DevOps, because we're going to add in how we can do database migrations and stuff like that. However, this is kind of the state of the project series. The project series is currently waiting for DevOps. And after the DevOps project, the C++ project series is going to go into a whole new direction, which I have deduced out of the view numbers of the current videos of the project series. And I want to move towards short projects, at a maximum 2 videos. maybe 3 if it's really justifiable. However, I don't want to do this. I want to really make them short, show one thing and not multiple, do a short thing to make sure that it's not overwhelming. Because as I have seen is that it basically acted like a mini-series, where I started with the first project, which had good views, then the second kind of like addition to the project also had good views, and then it declined, because people need to have the commitment to watch all of them, and then if they are getting stuck at somewhere, they can't continue on. So having less videos per project is, I think, better, and having the projects a bit simpler and not really overdo it with like exporting in REPL mode. It really doesn't matter, right? Expense calculator with file serialization is enough. We don't need to export it and stuff like that. If we want to export something, we have learned it in the library series, and then you just need to mix and match this together. So this is kind of like the state here. Now let's talk about the state of the DevOps series. The DevOps series is like the newest series on the channel. We also had just one video because I currently do not have enough time for it. We're going to get to this later, why this is the case. But DevOps is kind of like the series that's costing the most time for me currently. I said it was real-time rendering, but this is a different story that we're going to get to it. But currently, from video series that I'm planning, DevOps is costing me the most time to produce, because I need to make sure that I get all the resources, all the infrastructure, all the third-party products. I need to make sure that all works together and prepare it, and this really takes time. The series is planned, it will continue, and it will definitely be executed because I want to do it and you seem to be interested in it as well. However, this is kind of like the most slow-paced video series in the current plannings. However, this can all change depending on the viewer satisfaction survey and how you rate my projects. Now, again, it's gonna come, but please be patient. Now let's talk about the video series that is like my initial motivation for software development in general. D3D12Es and real-time rendering. Now, D3D12Es is quite new, while real-time rendering is like an old idea of my channel. I've done multiple real-time rendering approaches that all failed, and the current one is kind of like stuck as well. You didn't get any video. However, I would not want to consider it as failed, but we're going to talk about that. Now, D3D12Es is kind of like the recycling of my knowledge of 2 DirectX 12 series. One is not noticeable, was done in German, and has an awful architecture that I've applied to it. We then had the complicated one, the D3D12 Advanced. However, I called it Advanced series. And what I now do with D3D12Es is like a beginner's friendly ad hoc video series. Now, what we're going to do in D3D12Es is we're going to write a system with all the features that you need, maybe even like shader hot reloading and all that stuff. We're going to override all of that in the D3D12 video series. And what we're then going to do when the D3D12 series is like done, which will be when we have done like a bit of basic shape rendering, 2D rendering, maybe even picture rendering, triangle rendering. As soon as we kind of like want to go into the 3-dimensional domain, we're going to merge it with real-time rendering. So it might, the code of these 3Ds might be integrated into real-time rendering, or real-time rendering's algorithm that are already in there might be integrated into D3D12Es. I don't know which direction we're going to go. One direction is going to be the key. We're going to see it as soon as it is the case. However, I want to merge these two because real-time rendering is a good starting point. We had good concepts, good videos that explain everything the correct way. However, the architecture that I'm currently doing is a bit too hard to maintain for me currently. So what I want to do is I want to have my keep it simple, stupid D3D12 architecture, and then add a bit of an advanced framework on top of that from real-time rendering, and to make sure that we have a simple but powerful framework so that they might be like merged. Now, depending on how we merge them, we might need to rearrange and re-upload a few videos out of real-time rendering. Not sure how I'm going to do this, but it might be required to do it in a certain way. But let's talk about that when it's time. These video series are continuing. Real-time rendering is paused until 3D12Es is done, and then they get merged. That's the takeaway here. Now let's talk about the current state of me, because I am, as always, busy. I'm not going to have much time the next 6 weeks. This is a very special time frame because I'm going to write my last exams, and if everything goes to plan, these are my last university exams for my bachelor's degree, and currently there's no master degree that I'm planning because I'm going to be full employed as soon as I am done, and as soon as I'm done means as soon as I have my exams finished, and then I of course need to write my bachelor's degree itself, which is then probably gonna be like a power project with like maybe like a month of me sitting at the office at the company that I'm working for, like Monday to Friday, and powering the writing and the coding for it, so that it gets done, so that I can be fully employed, because we have projects in the company that I should work for as well, and that I also like eager to work because it's good projects and interesting projects to be there. So yeah, I'm gonna be a fully employed guy then, and I'm gonna have other projects next to my work at the company that I'm working for. There are 2 projects that I'm doing. This is both like contained within my now new founded company that I'm the owner of, the Moxibite GmbH. And it contains 2 things: operation of this YouTube channel. This is what you care. This is what I'm talking about. You don't care what I do at the company that I'm working for, and you don't care what I do with my company as well. Or maybe you care. Depends on what type of subscriber you are. Now, the work at the company that I'm working for, I'm not going to talk about that too much. It's a big tech company, worldwide active, and I'm employed in the regional company here in Germany, and we do projects, and I do IT, software development stuff. Now, my own company is, aside of the YouTube channel, also doing IT and software. I do consulting, solutions, and development. Currently, I'm doing development and not really product sales, even though product sales might be there in the future as well. Currently, my main goal is consulting and IT solutions. Consulting might be interesting for you, so if you are at some point, even I did already got requests and also answered them. However, I couldn't never was like able to correctly offer them a proper consulting to people. Now I can do it. I have my own company, so if you are also from a company or startup or whatever and you need advice, want to talk about software development, hardware development, IT infrastructure, I do consulting in all of these areas. So if you are one of my target groups, you can get consulting. Solutions is a different story. I can't do too much solutions. Consulting is most of the time better to do, because it can be done via a online meeting. Solutions is a different story, which I'm only doing in a very limited range. Only doing this for people that I can do it. Depends on your project. So if you are there, you can contact me there as well. All right, so let's talk about future projections and come on. Now, there we go. Now let's talk about future projections and the channel. Now, I do want to quickly talk about the metrics. Now, we have an interesting observation on my YouTube channel. My old successful videos, top line videos, bracket open, Unreal Engine 5, closing bracket. This is basically where many of my views were coming from, is declining. It's definitely declining because I've done this like on a beta version of UE5, my big video that everybody watches. And now we have like 5.2, 5.3, whatever, like a big version, right? We have so many changes that the things that I'm talking about are not one-to-one applicable anymore. Not even those of the proper release video series. Now, this is a problem, and this means that the video series is decreasing. Of course, I could do new videos, updated videos. However, this is not really something that is currently in my mind. Of course, it's in the satisfaction survey. So if many people say they want it actively from the views, I would say everybody wants it. However, this is not my target audience. I don't know why I've done it. I mean, it helped the channel, so it was definitely a good choice to do. However, it's not the way that I want to go. I'm not an Unreal Engine dev. I'm not a Unity dev. I would do a video series on these engines if many people click on that on the survey. But this is not like my main goal. However, on the other hand, my new video series that I'm doing, they are rising, they are getting the views, they are getting nice green arrows on YouTube, so everything is good, even through, like, since my top videos are declining, my overall metrics might not look that well. Then what do you think if you would just take a look at the latest videos? Now let's talk about channel features. We have new on this channel ads. You are gonna see ads when you watch the videos. But that's how it goes. If you want to get money through YouTube, which you need to justify the work that goes into doing the videos, you need ads. Or enough other community interactions, which is not going to be the case. Now, ads are something new on the channel, and also super likes are new on the channel. I haven't advertised them, which is going to happen in the future. However, just that you know, super likes are already enabled, and in general, like super chat and all that stuff. So if you want to say thank you to me for all my videos, then grab your favorite video and send me a super like. And yeah, this is the best way to currently support me, via super likes. Now, in the future, we're also going to have YouTube memberships. I'm still working on that. And the YouTube memberships are going to be released with my newly updated Discord, the advertisement for the super likes, and a new corporate design for my channel. So maybe even a new channel logo, new channel design, new intro maybe, and new outro. Depends on if I really want to do a new intro, but we're going to see. I'm going to update many things on that side and make sure that all of these things are running properly and integrated. So there's something that's going to happen, and that's good. Now, videos and live streams, I do want to do a few more live streams in the future if I can manage it, but this all depends on how well it goes after I'm fully employed and how my time frame is going to be. I'm then going to write a proper schedule for myself, when I do work, when do I do videos, when do I have free time, because it's also something that people need. So yeah. We're going to get to that all in the future, rearranging video series, reprioritizing them depending on your satisfaction in the survey, likes, and all of the metrics that I get. So we're going to, in the next half year, roll over the channel quite a lot. It's an interesting year, not only a half year, but for me, it's like an interesting year that's coming up. I am really eager to see what the next year for myself brings. 2023 was already a very exciting year. I started with the idea of my company on like New Year's Eve. Not on New Year's Eve, even earlier, but this was kind of like my big goal for the year, to have like the company. And yeah, we're gonna see how this all goes until 2024 and see what my New Year's I don't know, how are they called in English? Like the promises you give yourself. I know, are gonna be for 2024. So yeah, that's it. Off to the next goal, 10,000 subscribers, where you're going to get a real special. What is a real special? A real special is not me talking about company strategy and how videos are doing, how I am doing, and how all this goes, because it's less like a normal planning video and normal boring company information meeting that all of the employers hate. And all of the subscribers maybe also hate. Yeah, it's interesting. They're going to get a few new informations, but they hate it because it's just a meeting and they just see how the company transforms and they say, we don't care about how you transform. We care about the videos, right? Or we care about the work that we do if we're talking about a company. However, these things also need to be there. And 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a proper special on like 1,000 subscribers. I told you there's not going to be a 5,000 subscriber special. So this is not a special. This is an informational video. The special is going to come on 10,000 subscribers. So after that, to reach it, make sure to like, subscribe, and see you in the next video. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.